Let's do a candlelight dinner. This is an add-in mod for Let's Do Wine that will provide you the perfect dinner. The mod adds a lot of new food, decorations, and some new plants to the game. New food items including big meals, cakes, sweets, ice cream, and more. You can cook them in a frying pan, oven, or cooking pot. The frying pan, cooking pan, and oven do have a built-in recipe book where you can find all related recipes. Most meals will need wine to cook. After cooking a meal which needed wine as a crafting ingredient, you'll get the wine effect on your meal. Adds a lot of decoration blocks such as sofas, tables, sideboards, wine racks, and more. Speaking of wine racks, the already known wine racks from Binary are now available in every wood type, as well as the drawer, table, chair, cabinet, wood-fired ovens, stoves, and kitchen sinks. Table sets are expandable by glasses and napkin. You can put food on it by right-clicking on the plate while holding food. Eating from a plate will give you additional hunger and saturation. Adds a new food system. Big meals cost lots of resources, so you can now eat some of the new food items in different stages. But if you prefer to place and eat, you can do that as well. Some decorative blocks can interact with food. For example, there's a cake stand where you can put any edible item. Roses, new crops, and new trees will spawn. Roses are quite similar to poppies, but they hurt when touching them. Apple trees will generate in plains biome. You can harvest apples from their leaves when using a shear. Wine station can be placed inside a village. Fill it with wine, and villagers may come from time to time and trade some wine for emeralds. Be careful though, some villagers aren't honest and will try to steal it. Finally, you can use typewriter and envelopes to invite all your friends to your dinner. Either you write all your invitations by hand using notepaper, or you can craft a typewriter, fill it up with notepaper, and write them in style. After you've got your written notepapers ready, you can get some envelopes. Just right-click on the envelope and put it together with your written notepaper. BerryBush Magic. BerryBush Magic is a magic mod based on wand building and simple magic. The main function of BBM is the wands, with the wands lacking magic until you give them an enchant. Different enchants give different spells and effect, and you can use various vanilla enchants to create different magic. Currently, there are 14 kinds of vanilla enchanted books that can add effects to the wand. Through various combinations, you can create the magic you want as you like. Soarin. This mod adds thermals into Minecraft. Thermals are warm air currents that move upwards. They generate from a list of blocks during the day like sand, dirt, gravel, etc., and will push you just above the clouds. Thermals are also generated by hot blocks like lava, fire, and magma blocks. These blocks produce stronger thermals than normal thermals and will exist even at night. Note that thermals will not form in the nether because the entire dimension is essentially an oven, so you can't have rising warm air if everything is the same temperature. ItemSwapper. This mod adds an item switch interface triggered by pressing a hotkey. Depending on the item in the main hand, the interface will show different options. You can switch between the options by moving the mouse or using the scroll wheel for the list. In addition, it also provides a lot of shortcut functions, such as switch between items from shulker boxes in the inventory, show the inventory from an empty hand, item list for dynamic items like tools, food, potions, etc. Into the Multiverse. This mod adds several new dimensions into Minecraft. Some of them are very similar to the overworld, while others are completely different. To begin your journey, you will need to craft a dimensional pearl, using an ender pearl and a block of amethyst. But these pearls are incredibly unstable, as they will transport you to a random dimension when thrown. For a safer and less random trip, you will need to craft the World Hopper. The World Hopper is a wrist-worn and amethyst-powered device that allows players to travel to any dimensions they have discovered. Unfortunately, the only way to discover new dimensions is with the Dimensional Pearl. Currently, you can explore 3 brand new dimensions and discover many new creatures, new plants. The identities of some mobs have changed in the new dimension. For example, you can find villages made up of villagers. They won't attack you and are even willing to trade with you. You can also find wild friendly ravagers and tame them. However, the villagers have become evil mobs in this dimension, who will build outposts and attack the player. Finally, you can find new blocks in these dimensions. Some can be used to craft equipment, and some are suitable for decoration. Time in a Bottle Curio support. This mod adds a curio slot for time in a bottle. By default, you can use G to use the time in a bottle, and use H to toggle the time in a bottle overlay. Enderite mod. This mod adds a new ore in the end that can be used to upgrade netherite, and some upgraded netherites will gain new abilities. Enderite ore can only be mined with a netherite pickaxe after it was cracked through an explosion. All Enderite items have common properties. They have no gravity, fireproof, avoid the void and float above it, even after a player fell out of the world. The Enderite shulker box is safer and bigger alternative to normal shulker box. It has higher blast resistance. The Enderite respawn anchor can be charged with an Ender Pearl, which allows the player to respawn in the end. Enderite sword and Enderite shield can be charged with Ender Pearls in the smithing table. Enderite sword lets you teleport with sneak right-click if charged. Enderite shield lets you teleport away your attackers. Enderite chestplate can fuse with the Elytra, provides armor and ultra flight. Enderite helmet prevents Endermen from getting aggressive towards you when looking at them. Enderite bow and crossbow are able to shoot Endermen. Finally, the mod adds a new enchanted book. The Void Floating enchantment can be used on all items and can protect items' survival in the void damage. Smartphone. This mod adds one item, the smartphone. You can craft it with glass, iron, and redstone, and let Steve enter the 21st century. Smartphone currently has 9 functions, such as you can let it play music. Finally, if you're on a server, you can chat with friends online. All the links are in the description. Any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment. Have fun.